If you're a working parent here in Taiwan, listen up, because the entire game is about to change for you. As of January 1st, 2026, the government has rolled out a massive overhaul to parental leave. And trust me, it's going to make a huge difference. So let's break down exactly what this new world looks like. You know the feeling, right? That constant, stressful juggling act. The school calls, your child is sick, and suddenly you're supposed to be in two places at once. It's a lot. Well, the whole point of this new system is to finally put an end to that stress. You really don't have to choose anymore. Let me show you what I mean. So here's our game plan. We'll start with the basics, your current toolkit, then we'll get to the good part, the money, and how that 80% subsidy works. After that, we dive into the most exciting piece, the huge flexibility upgrade for 2026. We'll even look at how your boss gets support, and we'll finish up with a super simple checklist for applying online. Right, so let's just quickly paint the picture. Your kid has a 2-hour school play or they're homesick for a couple of days. Before, the leave policies were so rigid, these totally normal situations became a massive headache. That exact problem, that's what these new rules are here to fix. Okay, let's get into your toolkit. The main benefit we're talking about is the parental leave allowance. This is the foundation of the whole system. But before you can tap into it, there are just 3 boxes you need to tick to make sure you're good to go. It really boils down to 3 simple things. First, you need at least 1 full year of employment insurance under your belt. And that's your total tenure. It doesn't all have to be from your current job. Second, your little one has to be under the age of 3. And third, you just need to get that unpaid leave officially signed off by your company. Check, check, and check, you're in. Now, let's clear up a few of the big questions people always have. For every child, each parent gets 6 months. That's a full year for your family if you both use it. And yes, you can absolutely take your leave at the same time. Also, super important, keep your labor insurance going while you're on leave. You don't want any gaps. And maybe the best part of all, this benefit stacks. You can get this money and other government child-rearing allowances. It's not an either-or situation. All right, we've gone over the rules. Now let's talk about what we all want to know. How much do you actually get paid? This is where that 80% salary subsidy comes in, and it's some serious financial support. So the math is actually super straightforward. They just take your average insured salary from the last 6 months and give you 80% of that every month. Now that 80% is made up of 2 parts, a 60% base plus an extra 20% bonus from the government. And you don't even have to apply for that extra 20%. It just shows up. It's automatic. And here's what that looks like in the real world. Take a look at parent A. If they take the full 6 months, they're looking at almost $220,000. Not bad at all, but check out what happens when both parents get involved. Their combined total shoots up to over $400,000. You can really see how this system encourages both parents to be a part of this. Just let that sink in for a second. Over 400,000 NT dollars. That is some serious breathing room to just focus on your new family without the financial stress. Okay, so everything we just covered, that's the foundation. Now, we get to the really exciting stuff. The 2026 upgrade isn't just a small change. It completely revolutionizes how you use your parental leave. It's all about one word: flexibility. This right here is the headline. Before, you had to take leave in a huge 30-day block, totally useless if your kid just has the flu for a few days. Well, now, each parent can use up to 30 of their leave days, 1 day at a time. For a couple, that's a pool of 60 flexible days. It's a total game changer, moving from a rigid system to one that actually fits real life. And the system is built for real life, too. For something planned, like a doctor's visit, you just need to give your employer 5 days notice. But for a true emergency, your kid wakes up with a fever at 2 a.m., you only need to let them know 1 day ahead. It's designed with common sense for the chaos that is parenting. And this amazing new flexibility, it doesn't just stop with your own kids. It also applies to family care leave, which is the time you take to care for any family member, not just your little ones. So look at this massive difference. It used to be 7 days a year, now it's 56 hours. Why is that so much better? Because now you can take it by the hour. Need to take your mom to a 2-hour doctor's appointment? You don't have to waste a whole day anymore. Just use 2 hours. It's so much more practical. And this part is absolutely critical. This is a legal protection. Your employer cannot, I repeat, cannot
use this hourly leave against you to deny you your full attendance bonus. This is huge. It removes that financial penalty that made people think twice about taking care of their family.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This is awesome for me, but my poor boss. This must be a scheduling nightmare. Well, the government thought of that too. They've actually built in support to make this work for businesses, especially the small ones. Here's how they do it, and it's pretty smart. If you work for a company with fewer than 30 people, the government gives your employer an NT $1,000 subsidy for every single flexible day you take. That money helps them cover the cost of a temp or pay someone overtime. It makes it a win-win, so they're actually encouraged to let you take the time. Okay, so you get the rules, you know the benefits, you know your boss is covered, you're ready to go. So how do you actually apply? Well, they've made it super simple by moving the whole thing online. Here's your checklist. It's really just a simple 4-step dance. First, get your paperwork together: the approval from work, the birth certificate, and your bank info. Second, you just log into the Bureau of Labor Insurance e-service system. Third, fill out the form and make sure you check that box to continue your insurance. And finally, upload your documents and click Submit. That's it. You're done. And you're not just sending your application into the void. You can actually track it every step of the way right on the portal, from submitted to review to approved and finally payment sent. Once your leave starts, you should see the money in your account in about 15 business days. No more guessing games. So there you have it. A whole new system that's more supportive, more flexible, and actually designed for the way families live and work today. That old, impossible choice between your job and your family is finally being replaced by something better. So the only real question left is, how are you going to use it?